Welcome back to Celebrity Radio. It's Alex Belfield talking to some of the country's biggest stars and some of my favourite people, and we've definitely got one for you today. Steve Ellis is, well, the star of Love Affair. He's back on tour in 2019, and I've got to tell you, Everlasting Love is the best song on the radio ever. Congratulations.
Thank you, mate. There'll be those who disagree, but
it's not bad, though, is it? I mean, it would be hard to argue that that isn't one of the greatest feel-good songs of all time.
Well, I think it's a good arrangement, a great song, and good produce, you know.
Tell me about your life. I mean, you've only ever done music. I don't think you've ever known what it's like not to be famous.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, I got out of it for a while, but a couple of years just to reevaluate things, you know, family and everything. Obviously, take priority. But, yeah, you're right. A new album last year came out about April on Sony. Boom Bang Twang, that's a new one.
Well, I was just listening to it earlier via your website, and a really amazing sound, and again, so iconic. It's like you've got to find your own voice in music, haven't you, to become yourself and not sound like someone else. How hard is that?
I don't know, really. I mean, I started singing when I was 15, so you just keep learning, don't you? You just keep listening to music. You just keep listening to other singers. You find good singers, and you don't necessarily copy them, but you just sort of think, I see what he's going with that. You know, without getting all technical about it. It's just soulful. It's just you do what comes out, and you know, some nights you might sing better than other nights, you know.
I was listening to Lonely No More, which again is off this fabulous new album, and it's called Boom Bang Twang, as you say, and you can get it now.
Oh, you heard that?
Yeah, and I thought it was so interesting the way that the song's put together, and again, it's so you. That's what people want too, don't they? They want to know and recognise instantly that it's you. Is that tricky, and is it intentional, or is it just one of those things that the gods provide?
No, it was just totally unintentional. Without name dropping, Paul Weller's a mate of mine. He sent me a backing track. He said, have a fiddle about with that sort of thing. So I did, and I went back to him and I said, this will work. I've got this idea, Do I Love You Indeed I Do, which is Frank Wilson, Northern Soul track, as you're probably aware. And I sort of thought, I could do a take on that, where it's not the same in any shape or form, but take the idea of what that song was saying, if you follow me. I don't know if you've heard it. I mean, it was on an advert, and it's an all-time classic. Yeah. And I sort of used that as a blueprint mentally used it as a blueprint for writing a set of lyrics. And I said, well, this will work. It's a bit Moon in June, but it will work. And I run it by him, and he went, yep. And we put it down.
Well, you did a great job, and it's fantastic. You'll find out more if you put Steve Ellis into Google. The website comes up and you can listen to that track and others there too. And of course, we're on to talk about the tour. And what a fabulous show it's going to be. 60's Gold is back on the road, and they've done it properly. I mean, what a lineup of stars they've got this year, including yourself.
Yep, they all make it. Nah, it should be good. It should be good. They're always good. Robert Pratt puts them together properly, and they're well organised, so it should be good.
I was just saying earlier, I had Rick Wakeman on, and again, for a star who's been there since the early 70s like yourself, it's amazing that you have survived, because so many don't. I'll ask you the same question. What's the key to survival then?
I think you just got to keep moving forward. You know, you've got to keep moving forward, making new music, and hopefully, you know, something will catch fire along the way.
How hedonistic was your life and career? I mean, was it as good as as we imagine it to be?
All and more, probably.
Really? Is temptation hard to resist when you're on the road? I mean, I'm thinking about the fact that you're a rock star. I'm a deeply unattractive man. Nobody finds me attractive. But when you're stood there, there's something sexy about just being on a stage with a pin focus, isn't there?
Yeah, but I don't think like that. I sing. That's what I do. That's my job description. You know, that's what I do. It's probably a boring answer for you, but that's what I do. So I take it seriously.
When you're on stage with these legends, I mean, we look at this lineup: Herman's Hermits and the Mersey Beats and Wayne Fontana, Marmalade and yourself going on the road. Is it still thrilling to look around that dressing room and think, God, that one's a legend and that one's a legend and that one's had 7 number ones and this one's had 6 number ones? It's a remarkable company to be around.
Well, I've toured with lots of different people, and you just know each other, so you're all kind of mates, you know each other through the years. You know, you might not play with or seen them for 10 years, and then you're, hey, how you been? You know, this tour, I know most of them. I don't really know Wayne Fontana very well, but I played with him once in Ireland last year. Good voice. The rest of them I know. So Marmalade, you know, Barry Hermits, Mersey Beach are good lads, good mates. So, you know, did I miss anybody? I don't know. I don't think I did. But, you know, everybody knows what they've got to do. Everybody gets set time they've got to play. John, the tour manager, runs it with an iron fist. But he's great. He's a good mate, and it seems to work. You know, once we kick in the gear, get a couple of shows behind us, it all sort of it just sort of runs fairly smoothly if we don't have any major hiccups with technical problems, which we don't generally have actually, because we've got a good crew.
I always say that the key to a great show is light and sound. I mean, you can be as great as you can be, but if we can't hear you or see you, there's going to be a problem. You are reliant on these people, and they're a massive part of a show's success.
Most important people, sorry about it, no, they are the most important people, as far as I'm concerned, as the road crew, because the road crew do their job properly. It makes life easy for you, and Phil does the PA, he's brilliant. So I turn up, he gets his iPad thing out, I don't know what he does, he fills it out, he goes, oh, the hall's this size, so what I've done is this and that, and blah, 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 getting all technical, and you have a sound check, and he might tweak things a bit, and then hopefully it's all good, you know.
You've had an amazing career, and you've worked with so many wonderful people. I know briefly you were in Amen Corner, and I'm thinking of Paul Weller and Daltrey particularly. I mean, what a thrill to be around these type of people. Are you still in it all today, or are they just mates?
We're mates. I've known Roger since I was 17.
Wow.
Paul I've known for 30 years. So they're just mates. You know, Paul specifically, you know, he's a really good mate. I spoke to him a couple of nights ago. Put me onto a really good band called Black Mambas, which are an American band.
Yes.
Got a new album out, and a track called Colours. You should check this band out. It's like that. It's about music. So Paul's totally into 24/7. It's like a machine. So you should check that out. You know. So I'll send him a Trogs tape, the one in the studio when they're all having a row. You know the one?
Yes. And it's still exciting. I mean, that's what's amazing. At a time when sort of music could appear to be homogenized, if you listen to sort of ILR radio and you hear the same 4 songs in rotation, there's still an underbelly of great talent out there performing in pubs and clubs doing the business, and that will never change, will it? The love for live music is always going to exist somewhere.
Well, I think it's gone back more to live because of the way the industry's been tipped on its head with streaming and everything else. I think it's gone back to live again, you know, in so much as record sales, because of streaming, have dropped. So people are cherry picking what they want on their dots or whatever they're called, and so, you know, like for example, somebody told me Madonna went in last week, the week before, and it dropped out the week after. So there's an indication. So it's gone back to life in the last few years because of the advent of technology. So it'll probably turn around again sometime. It's shifting sands of music industry. You know, everything's ever changing. You just got to try and get with what's going on. You know. So going back to live is paramount at the moment. But I just feel for the younger bands because, you know, they're finding it really difficult.
I think about your live career and the songs that made you famous. A Day Without Love, of course, and Rainbow Valley, bringing on back the good times. Another beautiful song. I mean, are they still fun for you to listen to and play live on stage as much as I like pressing the go button on the computer to play them on the radio? I mean, bringing on back the good times, Jesus Christ. I don't think, again, there's another better opener to an hour for radio. They were almost made for radio, weren't they, these songs?
Well, Phil wrote sort of like the latter 3. He was sort of like a 6-member of the band. He was in a band called Stormsville Shakers, and I got on really well with him. So Phil would come up and go, "I've got this, I've got that, I've got that, I've got that," and he'd sort of go, "Let's do that one." And it kind of worked like that, really. It wasn't sort of specifically driven just to do what you said. It was more a case of, "That's a good song, let's do that," and then got the arranger and the producer and the session players and everything else. But the band was a great live band, but there's nothing on films or video of it, which is a real travesty, really. I mean, I'm talking about Love Affair back in the day before we disbanded. Yeah. You know, that's the only answer I can give you, really.
And of course, as well as all of that, I mean, you've done soundtrack to Loot, the Joe Orton classic. I mean, you've done so much in your career. It must be great to be you and look back at this point, because to survive it, to be current, to be relevant, to still be touring and have had the legacy you've had is such an achievement. Congratulations on that.
I appreciate what you're saying. I just keep trying to make new music, and I don't disrespect the past, you know, and especially with the 60s tours. I mean, I really enjoy them because, like I say, everybody's all right. There's no egos about it. We all know each other. It's all tied up tight, and it's hard work because, you know, I think we got about 36 dates or something on this one. The travelling is everybody will tell you.
Yeah, that's the snag, isn't it? The M6.
Yeah, but the actual live thing is what it's about. Once you do it, that's the payback, you know.
Well, congratulations on everything. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate talking to you. Steve Ellis is the star of Love Affair, going on tour with this fabulous show called 60's Gold. Throughout the autumn, you can see Herman's Hermits and the Mersey Beats, Wayne Fontana. You can see Marmalade and Steve Ellis from Love Affair on this fabulous 60's Gold tour. Thank you so much for your time. It's lovely talking to you.
Yes, Thanks. We got there in the end.
We did, mate.